Rebecca Cook and welcome to Channel 4's latest investigation into education maintenance allowance. In this particular episode, we'll be investigating the different points of view on the scheme, deciding whether it's fair or not and finding out exactly what it's spent on. Here's some background information onto the scheme.
EMA is a financial scheme applicable to students and those undertaking unpaid work-based learning in the United Kingdom, aged between 16 and 19, whose parents have a certain level of taxable income. This applies to those doing or applying to do at least 12 hours of guided learning on further education courses in school sixth forms, sixth form colleges and further education colleges.
I don't think EMA is fair on people who don't get EMA, as not everyone gets 30 quid a week off the parents to spend like people on EMA do, and they don't even spend it on stuff for college.
I think EMA is fair because it's like a lifeline. I do spend it on education, but I also spend it on my social life because it's part of being a student.
I don't think EMA is fair because they look at your income from year before. So, like when my dad changed his job, when I needed money, they looked at his wage from his previous job. So I ended up having to get a part-time job to get some more money.
I think EMA is a role between two, because some people get it and some people don't get it. Some of my friends do get it and some don't. But it makes it difficult when we're going out because some can afford to buy things, some cannot buy things, and it makes them feel left out. So I'd say it is fair and it is not fair, but basically my final decision is it's not fair.
I personally don't believe the EMA scheme itself is fair. First of all because it's means tested, and I think where the line's drawn on it being means tested needs some sort of reform done to it. I also think because it goes on your income from the year before, for example in today's economy with the recession and things like that, a lot of people are getting unemployed, and because it goes on the year before, then they're not getting EMA that year, but they haven't got the financial support to support the children while they're at college. Another thing is, I personally don't get EMA, and to actually support myself while my parents are out of work, I've had to go and get a part-time job to actually finance myself whilst I go to college.
Can you share with us your views on the EMA scheme?
Right, well I think the EMA has made an important contribution to the increase in participation in 16 to 18 education over the last decade. While the scheme has been running, participation by 16 to 18-year-olds has increased by 30%. And while there have obviously been lots of other initiatives going on as well to explain that rise, I think the EMA has been an important part of it. And it's made education accessible and attractive to families where it might not have been without that financial support.
Would you deem the EMA scheme to be fair?
I know that some students who fall just outside the income bracket for receiving EMA have perhaps been discontent about it when they see students whose family income isn't that different from their own getting something and them getting nothing, but that does end up being the case with all means-tested benefits. And I think the sort of tapered support that's been available between 21 and 30,000 and then the full grant below 21 probably has been as fair as any scheme could be, really.
Can you share with us your personal opinion on the scheme?
I think the scheme would be worth keeping if it could be afforded. The current government clearly thinks that it can make substantial savings from cutting EMA, but I am concerned at the speed with which the cut is being made. So students who have just done, who are in the middle of their first year of post-16 study will suddenly not have that next year when they've been accustomed to having that support. And I think it's going to make a big difference to them and their families. I just hope it won't discourage students from carrying on into the second year of the scheme. And I do worry that the 10% or so that's still going to be allocated from EMA funding to colleges, supposedly to meet the needs of the most poor students, that it will be hard to allocate that in a way that will be as fair and transparent as the EMA has been.
Thanks for taking the time out of your day to talk to us. Join us after the break when we find out how not having EMA may affect students' lives.